from Prince Edward Hastings.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Premier's already said today that he won't listen to rural Ontario, so let me try the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing. Minister, this afternoon, my private member's bill, Bill 10, the Local Municipality Democracy Act 2011, will receive second reading. This bill will restore to Ontario municipalities the local planning control that was stripped from them by amendments your government made to the Planning Act.
Listen.
Minister, municipal councillors and mayors and the people they were elected to represent are demanding a say when developers propose an industrial wind factory in their community. Your government shut them out of the planning process. I'm asking you today, Minister, will you support the bill that's being presented this afternoon that will give them their voice back?
Yes.
Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I can't tell you, Mr. Speaker, how happy I am to have this question from the member opposite, because, Mr. Speaker, we are a government that actually, as one of the tenets of our term, has been to restore the relationship between the provincial government and municipal government. That's what we're about, Mr. Speaker. Many of us are here, Mr. Speaker, because of the complete disarray of that relationship before 2003 between amalgamation, Mr. Speaker, and downloading of services, Mr. Speaker.
This isn't the moment in which things get quiet to interject. Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I know that for many of the members opposite, this is a painful reminder of years when there was such friction and such conflict between the provincial government and municipal government. And we believe that that's not the way that provincial government and municipal government should operate. The municipal government is a level of government that has responsibility.
Supplementary. Member from Leeds Grenville.
Well, thank you, Speaker. Back to the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing. Minister, you can't pass the buck on this one. We on this side of the House already know where the Minister of Energy stands. He doesn't support treating municipalities as true partners, and that's why your government lost so many seats in rural Ontario. It's your job, Minister, to represent those councils, some 80, that have passed resolutions asking for the powers back that Mr. Smith's bill will provide. They deserve as much respect in the planning process for massive wind or solar projects that they do for any other type of development. And you know that. Don't hide from the issue, Minister. I'm asking you. Why won't you do the right thing and stand up for local democracy by supporting this legislation?
Minister.
Mr. Speaker, it's almost irresistible for me to resist the urge to think about the days when I was sitting in that gallery, Mr. Speaker, fighting for some respect for the voice of the local democratic municipal governments in this province, Mr. Speaker, when hospitals were being closed, when cities were being amalgamated, when
Relatively quiet to ask the question. I'd like to hear the answer. I do not need the interjections now. Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I'd like to make two final points. I think the members opposite know that it is mandatory under the renewable energy approvals process for proponents to consult with municipalities. It is mandatory. And secondly, Mr. Speaker, as the Premier has already said today, what we will do is what the party opposite did not commit to do. We will continue to upload the services that were downloaded by that government when they had the opportunity.
No question. The member from Timmins, James.